and welcome to the Narrowing Path. My name is Steve Van Eiderstein. Thank you for joining me again for the daily meditation reading by James Allen. We'll go ahead and get started on January 19th, and I'm looking forward to what this one has to say. This is, of course, will be fresh to you, fresh to me. So you get my genuine responses, reactions, and observations about the meditation reading and what it reminds me of or any experience I have regarding it. So as always, I'm excited to get to the reading today and hope you all enjoy. So this is January 19th from James Allen's Daily Meditations. When a storm has subsided and all is calm again, observe how all nature seems to pause in a restorative silence. A restful quiet pervades all things, so that even inanimate objects seem to participate in the recuperative repose. So when a too violent eagerness or sudden burst of passion has spent itself, there comes a period of reflective thought, a time of calm in which the mind is restored, and things are seen in their true outlines and right proportions. It is wise to take advantage of this quiet time by gaining a truer knowledge of oneself and forming a more kindly judgment of others. The hour of calm is the hour of restoration. Joy comes and fills the self-emptied heart. It abides with the peaceful. Its reign is with the pure. Make your every thought, word, and deed sweet and pure. In dark times of sorrow, men approach very near to truth. This is bringing up just the concept of doing the work. It's popular in the recovery community. Do the work, whatever. Spirituality community too. But what it's talking about here is that moment to actually do an inventory on the events that just happened. We don't always get the opportunities to look back on things. The most immediate opportunity you get to take a look at what had just transpired, good, bad, any elevated emotion. It's important to look at these things to see where it's coming from and why we reacted in such a way, and take a look at its motivations and its causes and conditions. This is where the growth comes in, especially when we want to purify our thoughts, purify our actions and behaviors, and the words we say, like yesterday I was talking about. And I do agree that the window of opportunity one gets to actually do this reflection and do it accurately too, because my brain will distort what I felt. My brain will distort what was said. My long-term memory, or I'm not even sure what to refer to it as, but my recollection of the events when the moment has passed isn't always accurate. Most times it's not, and I will put it in a biased perspective to make myself feel better about it or see myself favorably in it. And so I like how it talks about that it just seems a pause in a restorative repose or restorative silence. Recuperative repose, he also called it. It's that moment when everything's calm again, when everything returns back to that state of peace and serenity, and you get to really look at how off center you get pulled. That's one of the most interesting things I get to look at, is like, wow, I'm way off centered right now. I've got to bring it back here. I've got to take a look at what just happened. Like, what are the stressors going on in my life that would put me over here? Why am I so wrapped up and entangled in this situation? I think it was yesterday they talked about the engaging in the world's unrest and chaos, and we don't have to do that. We can observe it, but we don't have to engage with it. We don't have to let that in. And we get to take a look in those hours of silence, it says, and reflective times. And the hour of calm is the hour of restoration, when everything's just slowing down again after a situation's occurred. And yeah, you get to take a look and do that work. And you get to unpack that, It's a constant inventory process. It's a constant growth process, looking at yourself, seeing why you engaged in a situation you did the way you did. Sometimes it's a pretty simple answer. Sometimes you can only get so far. Sometimes it's going to require more reflection, more conversation, more experience with it. Those are the hardest ones, when you had an experience that you wanted to, and had a reaction that you wanted to resolve and never do again. But until you have that experience again, you won't know. And if you have gotten a hold on your reactions in that situation, and if you haven't, you have to re-experience it until you fully vet out the situation that's occurring for a solution. And sometimes it takes a lot of work, and sometimes it takes a lot of pain, because I'll speak for myself. I put a lot of layers over my fears and my insecurities and the things I don't want people to see. And that's almost always at the root of a negative reaction, some sort of pain and fear. And that's something I have to remember. So it keeps the power on my side, though, so I get to take a look, and I get to strive for that perfection, strive for that progress, that spiritual progress, those changing of behaviors, thoughts, actions that we need to continue to grow in peace and serenity and righteousness. So, great reading again today. It's just so good. In dark times of sorrow, men approach very near to the truth. I think those deep times of deep sorrow, they really do bring you back to reality. They make you have to look. And the more you gain in those moments where you can stay, where you have the opportunity to really see things as they are, the better off you are. So take advantage of those opportunities when they come to you. Do that work. Be reflective. Journal. Talk to another person about it. Get every drop of growth there is from every situation you encounter. And that's a pretty good day. So thank you again for joining me for today's daily meditation reading. And I always get very wrapped up in talking about these. So I do appreciate it. So thank you again for jumping on, and I will see you again tomorrow. Until next time, thanks.